that very point, there's a doctrine or a principle that it's kind of a tedious economic term, marginal utility of money. And what it means in very plain terms is that if you make $60,000 a year, your last $1,000 of income is a big deal to you. That $1,000 makes an enormous difference in the quality of your life. You take that same $1,000 and you give it to somebody who is making $60 billion a year, they don't even know it's there. The marginal utility of that money in the billionaire's or mega millionaire's life is near zero. Near zero. And so if you're actually looking at the human side of the financial equation, are we not taking extremely important dollars that make an enormous difference in the lives of normal, regular people, scooping them up by the trillions, according to the graphs I showed, and delivering them to a crop of big corporations who already pay taxes too low, and mega millionaires and billionaires who won't even notice the money. It won't change a thing in their lives. They can still buy a $90,000 purse for their wife. They can still buy the 9th house. They can still buy the 190-foot yacht with its crew of 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever it is. Where is the benefit? You know, we talk about this as being a transfer of wealth from the poor and the middle class to the very rich, but it's really an evaporation of wealth because it's not going to make a difference to people who already have more money than they can spend in the rest of their lives. They couldn't spend it if they wanted to in the rest of their lives. And so this additional thing, it's more like a trophy. And it reminds me, when I was growing up, people talking about FDR, you know, recalling his presidency, and talking about JFK while he was president, and shortly thereafter. I was alive during JFK's life. And people used to say, well, you know, the good thing about electing those rich people is that they're too rich to steal. You don't have to worry about them. They're too rich to steal. FDR never stole a nickel, as best I can tell. JFK never stole a nickel, as best I can tell. This crop of creepy billionaires, what happened to too rich to steal, Senator Murphy?
I mean, and it's thievery masked by a bogus economic argument that says the money will eventually find its way down to everybody else. And that is not true. That has never been true. In fact, the opposite is often true.